Hey, Nathan here, helping you become a better jungler. Today we have a review request from a player over on the Latin American South server, Platinum 3, and this is a Hecarim game he has submitted for review. So looking at his OPGG here, he's actually Platinum 4 now, looks like he has demoted. This preseason here, played a decent amount of games here. Hecarim's his most played, but we've also got some Orianna Syndra here. Spamming a lot of Hecarim recently. Some normal games here, probably looking to test it out a little bit. Just looking at your season 10 here. Okay, looks like this guy's actually a mid main. Nocturne, that looks like that's Nocturne mid with 226 average CS. Orianna Syndra. And then looks like you played a bit of Hecarim, I'm assuming jungle as well last season. So you're a jungle off-roll, I'm assuming here. But you are playing it the most in the current season. I'm not sure if that's just because you wanted to submit a review request. But, yeah, I mean, obviously, if you're a jungle main, you should be playing a lot more jungle this season compared to last season. But if you're just looking to improve off-roll, sure, that's all cool as well. But definitely need to really decide our identity. It's like, are we a mid laner or a jungler? So, again, could just be getting that off roll up. So looking here, you've been platinum, you're diamond season 6, and then platinum. Alright, I'd love to see you push back for diamond next season. You have a pretty good amount of games in. I mean, we could be playing a bit more. I mean, how many games last season? 700 or so games. Let's push for diamond. Again, I don't know if you're going to do that with jungle or mid. I'm going to give you advice for Hecarim jungle here. Maybe that's with jungle. I recommend jungle. I'm biased. Obviously, my channel is all about jungling. So, Hecarim here. Looking at your builds, looks like you're going Triforce, Sterax, Black Cleaver, Triforce. You're testing out Divine Sunder here. Divine Sunder, Triforce, Divine Sunder, Ravenous, Triforce. So, I'm still working on Hecarim content and what I'm thinking for his Hecarim builds. Either or working. Sundra seems to be a bit more popular now, especially against tankier teams. But some people are just taking it every single game. The numbers are actually just too good. So, anyway, let's look into the review request here. So, yeah, overall here for OPGG, solid amount of Hecarim games ranked preseason. Hasn't really chosen to main jungle or mid yet. Not sure that maybe you just, again, committed to mid. You're just learning off-roll jungle right now. Love to see you push for Diamond 4 next season. Alright, so this is his request here. Describe why he won or lost this game. He played to his win condition, which was bot side of the map, stacking dragons and getting good picks with Thresh. Didn't care much about the top lane matchup and split push win condition since Camille showed poor performance on the 1v1. Specific moments he wants me to focus on this game. All the deaths he says were due to poor skirmishing, micro or overstaying. Not a lot to review about that. We'll definitely go into that. On my channel, I love reviewing deaths. Deaths are so important. But again, we'll still look here. I would like to know what I could have done to make a better use of Baron buff at 24 minutes. Excellent. We can take a look at that. Learning how to close out games. Not sure if we could get any towers just because my top laner and mid laner desynchro recalled. What can I tell them to do? Was my itemization good? I usually take Divine Sunder against tankier comps. Again, haven't really decided that yet. We'll get into that when you start building your items in the game. Which lane did you identify as your win condition in the early game? Lissandra in mid lane looked hard to gank. Top lane volatile matchup. Would be good to give Camille an advantage, but not being my priority. And bot lane felt like the best was to gank a lot of setup. We can get river control with Thresh easily and sack dragons. Besides, G is good against their comp. Alright, so let's actually look at the team comps now. So, Hecarim here. He's got a Victor, Camille, and Jhin Thresh. Alright, so, yeah, my initial reaction is just play around bot. We do have great setup here. Elise is probably going to be playing very aggressive. Elise supports a little bit of a unique pick. We have great setup between Thresh and Jhin, but really what I want you to do is just be getting as farmed as possible, just being as strong as possible. Very careful with Lissandra TPs. You need to take into account Victor cannot roam as quickly as this Lissandra can. This is really going to be their key to success this game. I'm really scared about Lissandra TPs. So every time I'm ganking, I'm instantly going to be looking at mid and seeing how easy it is for her to TP. Really important. And you said Lissandra was actually hard to gank, but Lissandra is actually interesting champion. If you can come and gank her and like try and get her to burn her ult without you ulting, I mean maybe even sometimes trading your ults with Lissandra, is actually not too bad, I find. Lissandra's very, very weak, especially going to electrocute here without her ults. And sometimes, as weird as it is, sometimes Lissandra, especially as champs like Hecarim and stuff, she's not the worst to play into, especially because you've got a Victor here and he can have constant priority of mid. So this is an interesting one. I'm saying I still play around bot, but I'm thinking a lot about mid, level 6 as well, as that completely denies her usage of TP. That's the other thing as well. It's like, you know, then you don't have to worry about her TP into things. You can just understand we're just going to go in on Lissandra, render her TP useless. Obviously you can TP back to lanes, but this is also a thought process. And top, I'm just thinking, yeah, it's a volatile lane, but Jax is actually pretty difficult to gank. I hate ganking Jax as Hecarim because of his Counter-Strike. And Camille does have some decent setup. I mean, we can play around top if it comes to be. I think we have a lot of options here. But I want you to get as far as possible and play around bot lane, especially in the early game here. So given that, I'll definitely just be pathing blue, Gromp, Wolves, Raptors, red, look, and then see what we're going to do after that, whether we need to adapt our win condition or not. Alright, runes here. These are the runes you go. I pretty much recommend these runes overall with Hecarim. Alacrity, I like to take over Tenacity because I just love the attack speed for the snowball potential. It's not so much the fighting. Yes, obviously Tenacity is going to be pretty good into the CC of their comp. We're just going to build Merc Treads this game. But I love just, if I'm ahead, I'm just clearing my camps, speeding through my camps so quickly, just getting instant tempo of the camps. And I'm always thinking about really just one-shotting people. So I like to go coup de grace. So right now, I think these runes are good. No problems here. So let's get into the game now and let's take a look. Alright, so we're opting for the blue smite this game. I think that it's pretty good, considering again we're playing bot specifically. Red smite would be good if we're playing towards Jax, but you're not planning to anyway, and I wouldn't either. Blue smite thinks all good this game. So we're doing a nice blue start. Kite in the camps to the next camp. Blue, Gromp. Come in to kill this. Saving our smite. Yeah, you don't need to really smite the Gromp. I like to save smite for red. Nowadays. Yep, that's good. Pretty close to Wolves. Cool. Wolves, Raptors. Finish that off with a Q. Keep your 2 stacks up. Always keep your 2 stacks up as Hecarim in the jungle when possible. I just want to see here as well the usage of E. Okay, yeah, so we're E in between camps as well. Oh, yeah, let's be in the big Raptor camp. Really important. You actually hit one of the small ones there. Let me just double check that. E. Yeah. So, I mean, that's very small, but it's going to help you kill that big Raptor camp a little bit quicker. Again, the Raptor camp would be dead right now. Every millisecond counts in League of Legends. Really important. Alright, this is actually really good pings on the Amumu. Let me just double check you actually knew where he started here. So you see enemy bot. Okay, then there's those missing pings on the blue buff. Great, so good tracking, good stuff. And you're continuing to track, you're telling danger ping, missing pings red. I like to do danger pings. Missing pings, sometimes, I just feel like people hear danger pings a little bit more. I mean, think about Camille's perspective, Amumu's perspective right now. He's obviously done this path here. Look at Camille. Very vulnerable right now. She is full health. She could maybe probably get away from this gank, to be honest. But just always in these situations, just always think back. Could I have done everything I possibly could to help Camille? I would even potentially be typing right now, care Camille, Amumu top. Because it just can't be any more obvious right now that Amumu's going to do, you know? You can't gank mid. Bot, he's on the opposite side of, like, it's just too obvious. So I did like, see the missing pings are good as well in the crab there. But, like, if you danger ping, like, literally on top of Camille, sometimes I just feel it helps a bit better. Alright, so it looks like we're just going to be trading crabs here. Okay, the other thing here, the other interesting thing here is what you could actually do in this situation is right here you could actually adapt your path right here. I think this is actually really important. This is what I'll do this game. Right now, I'll be identifying, I'll be looking at bot right now. this is such important information because I need to think, okay, maybe bot's not gankable. Maybe I can't play around bot in this early game here. What I'm thinking now is I want to contest this Amumu on his crab, on top crab. So the path in you would do, especially the fact that I have priority in top, what I will do here is actually do red first with my E, then Raptors, then loop right down here, and then contest the crab. Because I'm very confident you have Conqueror. You beat this Amumu out hardcore mid, especially with Camille. That could be a completely different early game for you. But to know that, you need to, again, you're path in the right direction, but you need to be willing to adapt it very quickly. Because right now, I'm going to assume, because there's no heavy trade unless these guys are gods, there's a huge skill gap. These guys are also full health, and there's no way I'm diving. And Elise Tristana as Hecarim, full HP as Hecarim. So this is really important. I want you to think about this. Just because you're pathing to one side of the map, it doesn't mean that we can go on the other side of the map and contest. Especially since we know how obvious it is that Amumu is top, you know? And we would get there just on time. I mean, we'd be walking there. I mean, yeah, we'd be walking there now. You'd be here, 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 bam. Thing, and Melisandre's actually just eat in there, and you'd be looking just to counter gank top. You could have killed mid here as well. A lot more options than doing Krugs. I just don't like full. I only will ever full clear as Hecarim if I have no other options. You're always a 5 camp jungler as Hecarim, or potentially sometimes you can do 3 camp red Krugs Raptors and then do something like level 3 ganks. But I love contesting crabs when I'm stronger. It's just because it's just so obvious. You know where Amumu is. Why not contest it? Get the game messy. Play to your advantage. Amumu's weak early. He doesn't have Sunfire yet. Utilize your Conqueror's Hecarim with Ghost. Alright, and then top's heavy trading now. If we look top, and there's Amumu on Q. I would instantly be tabbing right now. Okay, great. He has 24 CS. He's full cleared as well. Means top crab's up. I mean, I would potentially even be beeline. Now, actually, you can't even go there now. What am I talking about? So this is a huge opportunity. I can't emphasize this enough. I mean, I actually want to emphasize this so much. I want to end the review here because this is such a good lesson for everyone to learn. Because you just have different games. So this is good. This is all good. We kill Alicia. We'll keep reviewing the game. But really important to have that option in your mind. So we kill bot here, looking top. There's actually a humongous wave right now. I probably wouldn't... Oh, Mumu's sticking around top wave. He stayed around top a long time. So we based by the time that... I would have just thought he was going to Gromp there, so he had no option to counter jungle his Gromp bots when we were bot side, because I would have assumed he went there, so... Okay, which means the instant information I'm processing now is he's very far behind in tempo of his jungle camp. So guess what that means? These are up right now. I mean... Think about it. If you full cleared, you did this, his Raptors would be up since your Raptors are up right now. So I'll be thinking about that, taking those right now. Because again, remember, he's just going to reset and go straight bot. So come in to help this here, help mid. This is good. This is fine. You can just help this guy shove as well. Shove the wave, shove the wave. Keep shoving the wave, keep shoving the wave. You see how Victors are saying assist me? You need to identify this way quicker. This should have been under the tower right now. So now we're going to be potentially stuck here a bit. Really big. This is really big stuff. Identifying this is too slow. Now Lissandra's behind you. I think we're not having good map awareness here. Okay, well, that's pretty easy then, I guess. Alright, so where's Amumu right now? Let's start pinging this. I'll just be spam pinging. Ping, ping, ping. Always be pinging to track the enemy jungler. You did it good in the early game, but sometimes I find people really get sloppy with it as once we transition to mid game. Or I mean, you know, past like the first clear. Take Raptors, take Krugs, and coming down bot here. I mean, this is good. You're playing around bot. Tristana's just jumped in. You have ult. Perfect. Clean. Very clean. It's a flash. I remember in these plays as well, we need to be thinking about Lissandra. Has Lissandra TP back to lane? This is actually incredibly risky. She reset right now. And she still has TP, I believe. Unless she TP back here. Oh, man, I really should have actually looked at this before. Oh, maybe she TP's on that one. No, she still hasn't TP'd. Oh, that's the TP. Okay, that makes sense. She TP behind. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. She TP behind a ward there. Alright, so she doesn't have TP. I don't know if you're accounting for that. That's my issue here. So if you know she doesn't have TP, then this is a good play. If you don't know, then this is a bad play. I mean, it's not a bad play, actually. I think this is still fine. I mean, you're still just one shot there. But it's again, whenever you do these ganks, and this is why I said, in terms of gameplay win condition, must be thinking about Lissandra TP. So important. So kill the crab here. Writing down some notes for the key takeaway section after this. Alright, and we got a wild Amumu in our jungle here. Alright, so I really like this path in here. So again, we need to think of, again, the way of the flow of this game right now. So we're going back a lot. Remember how Amumu was really far behind in tempo camps? That actually affects his whole clear for the rest of the game. So he'll be like chilling up here, probably just finishing his wolves right now, because again, he's so far behind. The fact that he hasn't done dragon here, alright, again, he's top side. Right now, the fact that he shows bot, you need to actually think right now from his perspective. I mean, I guess at least is pretty low. She's probably just going to back off. But right now, you need to be thinking, okay, Amumu now sees me bot, my blue buff's up. He knows I started blue because I got a leash. This needs to be consideration right now that he's taking your blue buff. This is what you need to be thinking. So what I do like here is you come in to actually potentially looking to defend this, because again, in my mind, I have a feeling that he's top side. You actually are missing pinging top, so I think you have maybe a good idea that Umu's top. So just take things into consideration as well. This tracking the enemy jungler is really important. So we're looking to come top here, and Mumu's behind you. I don't know if you see him at all. There's lots of pings. Thresh is pinging that for you. So I'm not sure if that is map awareness there, but again, we just kill that. Kill a Mumu here. Oh, Camille doesn't have ult. We are tanking an entire minion wave right now. We need to consider this. Yeah, you're actually dead here. Level up. Oh, oof. Yeah, so let's just, we need to assess this. This guy's dead 100%, and you won't die if there's a minion wave, but look at all these minions right now dragging to hit you. We probably need to back off this. It's not worth you dying. You're going to now die with all your jungle camps respawning, all your jungle camps up, which is a huge soul to sin. You lose a lot of pressure and tempo from this. You lose a lot of CS as well. This is a really big mistake. You're also fighting on the map with more than 1,500 gold. Alright, Victor does eventually clean him up, which is good. Alright, and this is pretty basic stuff right here. Why are we going topside when we saw a Mumu with... How did he get that blue buff? That doesn't make sense. How was he just teleported from here to there? We know Mumu doesn't have blue buff. Took your blue buff. And potentially a Grump as well. So this is really inefficient. This is potentially just autopiloting. You're question mark pinging this, but come on. We know this is gone. Always look at, if a Mumu is coming from that direction, you got to think, what has he done? So I think that what we're doing here is we're not thinking enough about what the enemy jungler is doing here. We've had good tracking in the early game, but not in the stages of the game. Alright, so we're just doing just a normal full clear. I mean, you definitely know how to path efficiently, but we're definitely missing some key information about tracking the enemy jungler. So we come bot, free kill there. This is looking pretty easy. Kill Elise. Alright, so where's Amumu now? You could potentially be walking into an Amumu right now. I'll be pretty scared walking into walking into there. Again, I'll have a feeling potentially Amumu's there because he's, if he went bot side, you went bot side. I mean, actually, no, I guess he's on his red buff right now because again, the way we've flowed through the map right here, like, okay, so you went top side, now he's top side, bot side clearing his, and then, yeah, so he's actually not here. Again, stuff you need to be considering. I'm just skipping through the VOD so far, so for some reason I think that he's like here. But he's actually not here. Alright, so we do crab. Take the dragon. Oh, by the way, quick little tip here. Always take the dragon for yourself. Don't let laners take it. I guess you didn't have smite, but you get more experience and gold for it. Actually, I don't know if it's not more both of the others. You get the gold. You want the gold. I think it's the experience as well, actually. Someone correct me on that. I need to look that up. All I know is it's beneficial to take it over your laners. You get some stat that you don't get if you don't kill it. Alright, so we do Krugs, and again, where's a Mumu? Must be top side. Okay, he takes Rift Herald. Just ping the Rift Herald. If you've taken Dragon, he's obviously taken top. You know, so let's ping Camille. Ping Camille. Alright, so they're pretty greedy fight here. You aren't fighting without your ult, which I don't like doing as Hecarim, but they are committing to this. Okay, this is pretty free. Knock back the Tristana. Reset topside. Mumu shows top here. You come here to cover the mid wave. Cool, cool, cool. Clearing our camps again. Raptors. Alright. Alright, so we can already tell what's going to happen here. First thing we need to think about. What's the numbers advantage here? We're not, again, fighting out without our oldest Hecarim. This is the number one rule with Hecarim. I'm always weighing fights less in my favor whenever I don't have ults. And I need to compute that. Yes, you can still win the fights, but given that this is instantly a numbers disadvantage, where's Lissandra, their mid laner? Where's your Victor? You don't have ultimate. Their Tristan release is right here. This is a fight we're not going to win. So, we need to think right now, before we take that Lantern, what do we do instead right now? In my initial straight thought right now, there's his bot side. I'm just going to run straight here, take his Raptors, take his Krugs, pressure top, look to gank top. Try and trade something for Lissandra being here. You're going to have full pressure of mid right now because Lissandra's lost something. She's lost priority mid lane, going to lose minions. Do something for it. This is really big. So you said that these deaths, you just felt like they're the little things. It's no, they're not. These deaths are huge. Huge, huge, huge. It's like simple mistakes, simple information. It's like, I mean, you know this. Everyone knows it's a 3v4. Obviously, we're disadvantaged in this fight. But it's the fact of doing it. But I find the biggest mindset there is not understanding that I don't have to take this fight. I can actually gain somewhere by not even taking this fight. And again, that's just by just running straight topside. Alright, always be careful when you're running Jaxes. You did have your ult there, so that's all good. Kill Jax. Just doing another efficient path down to bot side, getting ready for Dragon, but unfortunately we don't have ultimate for Dragon now. Sometimes you need to consider as well, you need to consider the Dragon fight, the objectives, because I need to have my ult. Like, it's actually sometimes not even worth ulting for a kill before an objective. This is where I talk about low impact kills versus high impact kills. So really that Jax is actually a low impact kill. He's probably going to be potentially running straight down here for Dragon anyway, or he has TP. So potentially even not even worth that kill. I definitely wouldn't ult onto this. We're not ulting into that. But again, we're going to be much more disadvantaged this fight without our ults. And you're even pinging it now. You already know this is pretty stressful. Jax is... Alright, so Jax is here. Instantly right now. Tab. See Camille. Does she have TP or not? I need to instantly know whether I can concede this. Or to just go straight to it to his top camps. What are we doing? Alright, right now we need to be... We're too slow in deciding whether we're conceding this Dragon or not. The speed you make these decisions is so important. And again, we can't fight this because there's numbers disadvantage. It looks like you know that. Look at Camille, Jax. You don't have ultimate yet. There's no way we're even looking for this fight. You're just going to bait your team here. Okay, Mimi's actually mid for some reason. Yeah, I really don't like this fight at all. Alright, well, you... Yep, alright. Yep. Again, we could tell this is not going to go good for us. It really isn't. It's difficult for this to go well for us. But Camille's getting a lot topside, which is great. But ideally, you'll get in top camps here as well, you know? We just need to understand when we've lost an objective. And now you're just doing Krugs. Like, yeah, again, top crab. Could have taken all these top camps right now. They just finished Dragon right now, and instead we're just doing Krugs. We can get those later. You know, deny, experience and gold, get this, get control, take the crab. Probably couldn't do Rift Shell. They'll probably get there in time. I just want him to take the top camps. Remember I said one of the key objectives was to get as farmed as possible as Hecarim? Let's do that, yeah? By counter jungling when we can concede an objective. So, I mean, right now, you did say you wanted me to emphasize on the Baron. It looks like you guys potentially just win a team fight Baron, but I can't emphasize enough these mistakes. You know, this is really what... These are platinum level mistakes. So it makes sense why we're in platinum here. But we can fix these and we can definitely be climbing. So they sort of overextend on mid here. Run straight mid. Okay, cool. Get some kills there. Get some gold. Yeah, you are going Triforce and Black Cleaver. Again, I don't want to really comment on builds at the moment. I'm not fully confident in what's the best to go. Black Cleaver seems a little bit iffy to me. I mean, it really is only going to be good against the Amumu. I mean, again, I don't think it's bad. I mean, what's the alternative? I guess just Death's Dance. Yeah, I need to experiment a lot more with Hecarim in this season. So unfortunately, can't comment on that. Yoink, blue, cool. All right, so what's the next objective? Always a question we need to be asking right now. You get this crab, raptors, red, Krugs. So look, the way we're pathing right now, it looks like we want to play around top side. But let's just think about this here, and this is why I need you to be asking around what's your win condition, what's the next objective right now? You could say it's Baron, but really, I'm not too afraid of the enemy team doing Baron when with all 5 of us up and when it's showing on the map. So what I'll do is I'll create an efficient jungle path around Dragon. I want to get 1,000 gold and reset on 1,000 gold. So what you'll do here is you do Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, reset, straight bot, get ready for Dragon. The way you path here is very inefficient. You can be doing red and Krugs when you come down here for Dragon anyway. So, yep, some poor efficient pathing around next objective. At 20 minutes. I mean, now we're sort of stuck on the map. Look, Dragon's about to spawn. We've got 1,200 gold. Alright, now we reset. Okay, well, we still made it just in time, but again, we don't want to be making it to objectives just on time. You want to be there beforehand, getting mid-priority, controlling wards. It's potentially too late because the enemy team now has control over. They have first move over you because, you know, you're not there. Thresh is not there as well, to, you know, to protect it. So now they have full control of this. They're clearing wards. When you could have been the one just hard forcing mid, give it in control of this. Alright, we need to potentially wait for Victor here. I'll be looking at Victor. Look at Victor. Oh, alright. Let's just play this out here. Very nice hook by Thresh. And we're flanking from both sides. You jump in here. You get ulted. Alright, that's cool. That's whatever. You're going to die. Okay, this makes sense. Okay, now you probably get Baron off this. Alright, I mean, you could have maybe played this fight a bit more patient. They were pretty screwed anyway. I mean, Camille didn't even ult. Like, Camille could have definitely tanked the brunt of potentially the damage here by jumping in and ulting. I mean, yeah. I mean, dying here, I mean, they still get Dragon. Alright, yeah, I mean, you can go for that. Go for that play. That's worth you taking your, you trading your life for. But I always try and think of those situations. Do I even need to trade my life? Could we have just gotten those objectives anyway? I mean, I don't like dying. You're off the map. You don't have getting experience in gold. Alright, so you take Dragon there. The Mumu flash ults the Camille. Peel, peel, peel. You're just doing some serious damage now. I mean, Black Cleaver's doing work there. Alright, we kill Lissandra. Mumu's dead. We take Baron. Alright, so this was now your question. What do we do with this Baron? So, instantly here, side lane, side lane, side lanes. Mid-priority into side lanes. So, you need to identify... Ideally, you're going to be playing around the side lane around sort of like the next objective, but Dragon's still probably a good 3.5 minutes off, so it doesn't really matter. So, right now I'm thinking, okay, Camille's on the map first. Victor is, you know, mid. I'm going to just walk up here and also contest the blue and just be here with my Camille. And just ping in, spam ping in. Victor, let's go mid. Let's go mid. And Tristana, not Tristana. Actually, Jin's just in base right now. So we just need to be a bit patient here. Be patient first. Definitely wouldn't run straight into his blue right now. Jin needs to get on the map. Alright, so what I would be doing if I was you right now is I need to understand right now, I need to tell my Victor, Victor's just taking Raptors now, this is fine, but I need you to run straight mid to protect Victor to help him get the priority mid lane whilst Camille's pushing. So out of base, you run straight mid. I don't care about your Krugs. There's no reason to be efficient anymore. We're going to close out this game on, this Baron or next. So go straight mid. Really important, because the fact that they get this shove, okay, then you'll go mid here. This is all baroned up. It delays them taking this wave, and then this delays them roaming down to Camille. Again, the wave should never be in this position. And then you'll just clean it up and then pushing this back. So again, you see how they're pressuring Camille now a little bit. Camille looks like the base. It looks like everyone's staggering their bases. This is just not ideal. But again, this is the way you need to be thinking. So yeah, this is a bit of a waste of a Baron. But you just need to adapt to this. This is fine. As long as I just want you to go mid there. Alright, so now Victor's going top. Alright, so we've lost the opportunity to take the blue and stuff like that by now. Now we can go into their top jungle and keep mid priority. So remember, mid priority first though. So mid priority first. We need to be careful. I mean, ideally Camille's the one splitting here, not Victor. Camille has TP. You are pinging Camille to go bot here. Going for a 1-3-1. I mean, you can do this potentially. The problem with 1-3-1 is it becomes much harder to get mid priority. I mean, in terms of engage, they do have an Amumu. They do have an Elise, Flash Cocoon and stuff like that. I would be pretty hesitant to leave just you three alone, to be honest. So I'll definitely want 4 people here and then do 1 up there. Ideally, Victor's here and Camille's top. That's where the best lane assignments are. And you'll just be controlling their top side right now. But you can't control that. So now they stay their bases again. Alright, so this is just a really messed up Baron. Everyone's just all over the place. But it happens. Sometimes you're just going to waste Barons in lower elo because your team's just messing things up. But as long as you sort of understanding, okay, so now Camille's basing now as well. So stagger base after... Camille based again. She based before. So yeah, this is just unfortunate. The best you can sort of do is try and control your team. Try and tell, okay guys, 4-1. Us 4 mid, we control the top side, Camille go top, Victor don't go top. Stuff like that. But, at the end of the day, teammates might not listen to you. But I find people are pretty good with listening to someone who feels like way they're talking, they really know what they're doing. Alright, so we need to prep for this next dragon. Alright, well we have full priority bot, so we take this next dragon. Cool. Alright, we just kill them bot here. Alright, that works, we just siege this. Alright, this is going to be potentially an overstay here. So let's just think about this here. I know it's at the end of the day, this is a tank. You're literally into a full tank right now. Look at Victor. He's not here. I'm out of here. Got to be out of here. Numbers disadvantage. You're going all in on an Aftershock Mumu. Doesn't make much sense. Now you waste Camille. Everyone's dead here. You run in here. So, really not necessary. These fights are just not necessary. You need to understand right now, everyone's reset, spend your gold, get back on the map, and go again. This sort of stuff can literally throw you games. So, don't fall for bait, especially, killing a tank in League of Legends when all the enemy teams just reset with home guards. It doesn't make sense, right? So, these are pretty basic errors. I mean, these deaths you say they're just overstays, but they're really important. Again, I want to emphasize how easily preventable these situations are. We have the information. It's not like this random things are popping up. If we really think about these situations, it is harder in the game with all this stuff happening. But if we think about them, we can make the best decision. Know when to concede and stuff. So now Camille's getting caught. We get this next Baron. Alright. So, I'm just trying to think. So Jaxie's bot. He doesn't have TP. So you're jumping here. This is a 3v4. So this is good for you. Mimi's not even there. Good stuff. So you win the numbers disadvantage fight. You guys take Baron. They're upset that you are taking Baron. So they just die for that. Push mid here. And then looks like your team just ends the game. Alright, so let's jump into the key takeaways now. Let's wrap it up. What we thought we really needed to improve on from this game. Alright, so this was the final match history of the game. Not really too much to talk about here. Victor did a lot of damage. Camille, which was our weak side, didn't do much. Again, we probably could have helped out Camille a bit more with pings. And our Jhin did pretty good as well. But overall here finishes off with still getting MVP. But again, making a lot of mistakes here. So these are the sins that we are breaking, the Soul 2 sins. Again, this is the list of sins that I use to identify key mistakes we make in League of Legends through my coaching program. Dying when all your jungle camps are alive. That was really big when we died to a Mumu top and we weren't counting for the amount of minions. And then all their camps were up. We lost a lot of advantage there. Team fighting with numbers disadvantage, basic dragon fight there. Pretty simple stuff, but we make these mistakes all the time. We need to be consistently getting information in, thinking about what, again, we can do on the other side of the map. If we have, what else can we get? If we've got a numbers disadvantage here, that means we have a numbers advantage somewhere else. Not setting up objective that you want 69 seconds before it spawns. This was sort of partly as well, going mid as well to get ready. Like the objective being with Baron, when you had that Baron, I was like, go straight mid, start setting it up. Like, let's go. We got to get on the map instead of just doing our Krugs. Losing a lot of tempo there. But also as well for the Dragon fight, we were a little bit slow to that. Oh, I mean, that was more the efficient pathing around that. You know, we want to spend our gold there when we had to do the Raptors, Wolves, Gromp, then come bot instead of what you did was Raptors, Red, Krugs, and then, you know, sit around looking for a Dragon. Overstaying on the map and losing tempos was mainly when you went for that Amumu play. Again, even if you got those kills, you're not going to... I mean, maybe you could end the game off that. But again, like, we need to think about more high percentage disciplined gameplay. Just don't fall for the Amumu bait. We know the enemy team's all up there. Reset, go straight onto the other side of the map. Utilize the enemy bot inhibitor. Really important stuff. Not pinging the map when you know where the enemy jungler is or you see a laner go missing. We didn't do this enough for Amumu. We did it well in the early game, but I want to emphasize this. We pretty much got pretty lazy with tracking him across straight after the game, straight after the early game. So put that in there, and then not accounting for enemy laners teleport. I am going to put this in here just because the way you were moving, like you didn't really ping the Lissandra teleport on that first gank, that one of those ganks you did bot where Lissandra actually TP mid, but it looked like you actually didn't really think about that. I could be wrong, but I just want to put this in here just in case you did break that sin. Again, accounting for laner's teleport. You need to be doing that throughout the whole, every early mid game gank. You need to be thinking about that for Lissandra. I mean, even late game as well, obviously. And finally, the key takeaways here. Good pinging when the enemy jungler started. Really like that on the Amumu. You even tracked him go to the red. I think a little bit more pings. Again, I prefer danger pings than just missing pings. I mean, you like to use a combination of both, but just to warn your Camille. But the biggest one here, okay, one here is must use E on, you know, big Raptor camp. That's just a tiny thing, but let's not get sloppy with that. Yeah, need more pings to track when the enemy Mumu is. Again, as I said in the sins, you really lost track of that in the early game. But going back here is that we're not thinking about contesting a Mumu on that first crab. It was good that you went to go play bot side, but we had top priority. We knew how obvious it was that a Mumu is there. We could have been top, looked at counter gank top, double crabbed a Mumu. The game could have been just over so quickly there. It was just so obvious that a Mumu was top. You even knew it yourself, but you didn't think of that as an option. That's the biggest thing. You need to view it as an option. I find too many lower elo players, they just think they're pathing to one side, so for some reason they can't just go back, loop back to the other side, and that's where I would switch up my path, going, again, like you had the right idea and the pathing I recommended, but we would adapt our path to going blue, Gromp, Wolves, red, then Raptors, then top, because we could have identified that the enemy bot lane was not diveable or gankable. I mean, ideally we did have better map awareness and we looked there as well, but I'm just assuming that because our bot lane was full HP that they weren't... They were still pretty healthy, so not diveable. We are now adapting our path to red Raptors and then contesting that top crab. Need to be more decisive, help laners push in. That was really important. That could have been devastating for Victor, having to stay for that next wave. You couldn't even really push in the next wave. They could have set up a nice freeze there. Really important. Not accounting for minion waves, damage, first death. Pretty basic death, but this was a huge one because you lost, again, you broke the Soul 2 sin of dying with all your jungle camps coming up respawned. So you lost a lot of momentum there. Failing to realize when the enemy junglers counter jungled you, that was a simple one. You didn't check Amumu's buff at all. You didn't think he had blue buff. There was overall good movement walking forward with Qs and auto attacks. I liked you got in front of people in skirmishes. I didn't really emphasize that in the review there, but I had a quick look back, and you did that actually pretty well. So I want to mention that. Not understanding how weak Hecarim is without ult, really important, especially going for that fight that was basically a numbers disadvantage. But I want to emphasize the rule with Hecarim. If you're going in without ult, you're significantly weaker. I view Hecarim as really his entire champ kit. He is his ult. It's so important. Using your ult on low impact kills before a major objective. That was on the Jax before that dragon. Not looking to trade sides of the map again once a lost objective. We just hanged around, hoping for some fight to happen. Complete waste of time. Jax was there, numbers advantage. Concede it, go top side. Poor pathing around the next objective. That wasn't efficient at all. That dragon around 20-minute mark. So definitely wanted to again be doing the Raptors, Wolves, Grump, then pathing around to the dragon. And then with the Baron, this was a bit more tricky. I don't really know. This is actually something that's a bit hard for me to teach at the moment. Sometimes, again, in these games, I'll just be like, I'll be wasted the Baron, whatever. But try and lead your team. So I'm going to say here, not communicate with the team lane assignments for Baron. Understand the difference between 4-1, 1-3-1. 1-3-1s are very difficult to coordinate. They are more of a high elo thing and a competitive thing. I want you to stick to a 4-1, basic at mid push, pressure one side of the control one side of the jungle, get controls, look for picks, and then the Camille's ideally pushing top. So that's what I wanted to do with your Baron, which is what one of your questions was in the review request. Alright, so that's going to be it for this one. I hope this was helpful. Let me know if there's any questions below, and I'll see you in my next review.